Yo guys, what's happening? It's Dam Noah here at Dam Studio, and today I got a pretty cool video for you guys. I'm gonna show you how I got this sort of like text emblem thing here, and how I got like the texture and like the gradient and like the color. But yeah, let's jump right into it. So this is what we're trying to achieve. I drew this out in Illustrator. So this is it before and this is it after. So basically all I did is I went to Effect, 3D materials, I extruded and beveled it, and that's what gave it this kind of raised kind of look. And as you can see, you can adjust the depth to just get like more depth behind it, and then you can adjust the rotation. So I just did a very slight 2-degree angle on the x-axis just to kind of tilt it upwards just a little bit so you could get that depth kind of feel. And then I'll show you what I did for the materials in here. So I went to materials and I did the sand step dune. These are all stock, by the way, so you should have this if you have Illustrator. You should have all of these materials. So I clicked on the sand step. I went down. I just adjusted the repeat, I believe, just slightly. And I played around with these values just to kind of get like the brightness, the luminosity, and just the kind of feel that I wanted. And then in lighting, I played around with the intensity slightly, I believe. I didn't touch this too much, but. And then what I did is I brought this into Photoshop. So copy, Photoshop, paste as smart object. Now we got this in here. I'm gonna just adjust it slightly. Awesome. All right, cool. What we're gonna do is just make sure this is a smart object. We're gonna go up to filter gallery and we're gonna add some grain to this. So I usually like to do like just like a regular grain, contrast 50, intensity somewhere like pretty high but not too crazy. And then I like to do a softer grain just on top. And then I did a diffuse glow for the third layer here, and I don't want this to be too overpowering, so I'm gonna just kind of adjust it just a little bit. Let's see, that should be good. But yeah, I love using the filter gallery to like texture things before I threshold them and color them for screen print. You can play around with any of these. I'll probably do like a future video showing how I like utilize more of these, but for this video, I believe all I did for this was I just did, yeah, the 2 grains and then the diffuse glow. Awesome. So now we have this. I am just gonna go right click on it. I'm gonna rasterize it, and then I'm gonna hit the threshold on top here. And basically what we're gonna do is we're just gonna layer this out and separate it into different layers of color. And we're gonna do this by just adjusting this threshold fader just ever so slightly every single time. So this is how I color all of my designs. I just do this step-by-step process of using threshold. There's other ways you can do this too, like using like the levels and stuff, but I could probably get into that in a future video. So for this first layer, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna select both and then I command drag them up above just to duplicate. And then I'm gonna do this one kind of like that, and then just adjust slightly. And I'm just continuing to command drag and duplicate everything upwards. This is how we're gonna get a nice kind of like gradient of like color and like texture. Very important you do this subtly if you're trying to get like a wide range of colors. And then I'm just gonna merge all my thresholds together with the respecting layer I was thresholding it with. And then starting at my top layer, I'm gonna grab the magic wand, contiguous unchecked, and I do tolerance about 40. And I'm just gonna select all those black values, and I'm gonna do this for all the layers going down and just deleting those blacks so that the layers underneath are able to be seen underneath the layers on top. And I'm gonna keep the black just for the bottom layer there. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna color this. So for my bottom layer, I go to color overlay, and we had like a really nice blue kind of thing going on with the design. So I'm gonna do something a little bit darker like that. I'm gonna go to the layer above, and I'm just gonna do maybe like a bit of a lighter blue for this one, something like that. And then for the next layer, I'll maybe do something a bit different, kind of like that. And then my second last layer here, we'll do something a little bit brighter. Boom. And then we're gonna keep this top layer just white. You need to have that kind of glistening white kind of effect. Yeah, I think that's pretty spot on with this design. Pretty close. I definitely had some more black values and like darker blues in this one, but that just comes with like how you threshold and separate it, and maybe add some like slightly different grain settings in the filter gallery. But overall, that's how you get that textured glowy-ish effect. And there's so many things you can do with like Adobe Illustrator and using those materials and then playing around with those, bringing those into Photoshop, and then using the filter gallery on top to like just kind of get all the different kinds of textures you want. Yeah, guys, I hope you learned something today. Super quick tutorial for you, but hopefully it got the creative juices flowing for you. And yeah, subscribe and like if you learned something, guys. Until next time, peace out.